In June of 2025, the Wall Street Journal published an investigation that shocked the RV community. One manufacturer had racked up more recalls than any automaker or RV builder in America over the past decade. This was not because of faulty parts from suppliers. It was because of human error on the assembly line, workers puncturing microwaves with the wrong screws, inspectors missing misaligned furnace vents for months after the worker checking them quit, an entire batch of campers shipped with the wrong fuse jammed into the power distribution panel because the factory ran out of the right one. And that was just one brand. The truth is, the RV industry has a quality crisis, and some brands are far worse than others. Today, we are looking at 3 specific manufacturers with patterns of failure so consistent that spending your money on them in 2026 is a gamble you do not want to take. These are not one-off complaints. These are thousands of documented cases, class action lawsuits, and recall numbers that would make a car manufacturer blush. Before we get into the brands, you need to understand why this is happening. About 80% of all recreational vehicles sold in America are built in and around Elkhart, Indiana. Most of those factories still use a piece rate pay system, which means workers are paid per unit completed, not per hour. Once they hit their daily quota, they can leave. It is a system that most other manufacturing industries abandoned decades ago, and for good reason. It rewards speed, not quality. During the post-COVID boom, factories were ramping production by nearly 50%, while losing experienced workers to turnover rates that some plants reported at 100% annually. Dealers said they could tell when a line worker had only been on the job a week just by looking at the finished unit. The Wall Street Journal called it a system that encourages speed over thoroughness. The Indianapolis Star ran its own 15,000-word investigation and found the same thing: injuries from lax safety rules, lack of training, and quality issues with products rolling off the line and straight onto dealer lots. This is not speculation. It is documented by 2 of the most respected newspapers in the country. That is the backdrop. Now here are the 3 brands sitting at the center of it. Number 1, Forest River. Forest River is the 2nd largest RV manufacturer in the world. They are owned by Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, and they produce everything from pop-up campers to Class A motorhomes under dozens of sub-brand names, including Coachman, Shasta, Salem, Wildwood, Cherokee, Rockwood, and Puma. Walk onto any dealer lot in America, and chances are half the units you see rolled out of a Forest River factory, and that Wall Street Journal investigation we mentioned was about them. From 2015 to 2024, Forest River issued more recalls than any automaker or RV manufacturer in the United States. They average 50 recalls per year. Let that sink in. 50 recalls annually, and the journal found that nearly half of them were caused by manufacturing errors, not defective components from suppliers. The examples read like a comedy of errors, except people's safety is on the line. Workers installed screws that were the wrong length and punctured microwaves. Furnace flues were misaligned for an entire month because the inspector assigned to check them had quit, and nobody replaced him. In 2023, they recalled 50 travel trailers because factory workers had inserted the wrong fuse into power distribution centers, creating a fire hazard, all because the factory had run out of the correct fuse. Rather than pause production, they just grabbed whatever was available and kept the line moving. More recently, in 2024 and 2025 alone, Forest River recalled units for faulty wiring that created fire risks, step assemblies that could detach and cause falls, LP gas hoses that were incorrectly routed, solar panel wiring that was improperly installed, and wastewater pipes that did not extend to the exterior, allowing raw sewer gas into living spaces. On review sites, Forest River sits at 1.6 stars out of 5 based on hundreds of verified owner reviews. One longtime RV owner called his Forest River unit the worst rig he had ever owned and said he would never buy another. The pattern across complaints is consistent: poor attention to detail, lack of quality control at the factory level, and warranty experiences that leave owners feeling abandoned. When your business model pays workers to build fast rather than build right, this is what you get. And with Forest River producing units under so many different sub-brand names, many buyers do not even realize they are buying a Forest River product until the problems start. Number 2, Keystone. Keystone is one of the largest towable RV manufacturers in North America. They build travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers under sub-brands like Montana, Cougar, Passport, Hideout, and Outback. They are a subsidiary of Thor Industries, the biggest RV conglomerate on the planet, and they were once considered a solid mid-range brand. That reputation has eroded badly. On Pissed Consumer, Keystone carries a 1.6-star rating from over 1,400 owner reviews. Only 25% of customers say they would recommend the brand to someone else. On the Better Business Bureau, they sit at 1.2 stars out of 5. These are not fringe complaint sites. These are thousands of verified owners describing the same problems over and over. The complaints paint a devastating picture: slide outs that fail within months of purchase, roof membranes that were never properly attached at the factory, pressboard cabinets that fall apart under the normal vibration of travel, electronics that malfunction, sensors that give false readings, seals that dry out, crack, and fall apart within 18 months on units that cost $50,000 or more. And when owners contact Keystone, the most common response is that the warranty has expired, even when the failures clearly trace back to factory defects. One owner bought a brand new 2025 Montana for $75,000 in cash. When he got home and climbed onto the roof, he found 6 sections raised up and not bonded to the plywood underneath. The dealer said it was the manufacturer's problem. Keystone denied the claim and refused to fix the roof, even though it was brand new and under warranty. The owner was 69 years old. He said he and his wife could not climb the ladder during the walkthrough, and if they had seen the roof beforehand, they never would have bought it. Another owner reported their 2025 Keystone had loose cabinet hinges, an improperly mounted microwave, unsecured bathroom paneling, and a slide-out wall that ripped through the seals. They had owned it for less than 3 months. A different couple bought a Cougar and within 2 years experienced a failed water pump, a lifted floor, failed window seals and leaks, a slide that stopped working, a broken microwave, pantry and bedroom doors falling off hinges, and an electrical panel that came detached from the wall and nearly caused a fire. Their list went on. Perhaps most telling is what one Better Business Bureau reviewer wrote. They said they chose to spend more on a Keystone thinking it would mean better quality, but that could not be further from the truth. They had to cancel multiple camping trips because of ongoing issues, and every time they took the unit out, they worried about what would break next. That is not what anyone signs up for when they write a check for a new fifth wheel. Number 3, Heartland. Heartland was founded in 2003 and builds fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers under brands like Bighorn, Sundance, Cyclone, Mallard, Pioneer, and Prowler. They were acquired by Thor Industries in 2010, and the quality trajectory since then tells a familiar story. What is concerning is that the negative reviews do not cluster around one product line. The problems span from their cheapest trailers all the way up to their most expensive luxury fifth wheels, which suggests a systemic factory issue rather than a single bad model. On Pissed Consumer, Heartland carries a 1.7-star rating. The complaints span every price point, from entry-level Mallards to high-end Bighorn fifth wheels that cost well over $100,000. One owner bought a brand new Bighorn, and on his very first camping trip discovered that neither electric heater worked, the furnace did not work, the upstairs slide would not operate, the black tank was mislabeled as a gray tank, both downstairs slides leaked, and the inverter was dead. He tried to trade it, and 3 separate dealerships refused to take a Heartland on their lot. Structural problems are a recurring theme. Owners report frame damage, cracked fiberglass from frame flex, slides that grind and fail, and roofs that were never properly installed at the factory. A 2025 Heartland Cortera owner discovered holes in the bunk room wall and floor that had been hidden by the couch, a cracked fiberglass slide, and water pouring in through windows and behind the microwave just 2 weeks after purchase. The repair shop found the roof was improperly installed, water had already caused mold growth, and the unit was riddled with factory defects. They had owned it for less than a month. What makes Heartland particularly painful is the warranty response. Multiple owners report that Heartland's roof warranty only covers leaks for 90 days. After that, any water damage is considered an owner maintenance issue, even when technicians confirm the roof was incorrectly installed at the factory. One full-timer had his rig in the shop for over 250 days during the first year of ownership and still could not get a full repair. He said he was stuck with the loan payment on a unit that spent more time at the dealer than at a campsite. So what do all three of these brands have in common? Two of them, Keystone and Heartland, are owned by Thor Industries. Forest River is owned by Berkshire Hathaway. Together, these parent companies control the vast majority of the North American RV market. They all build primarily in Elkhart, Indiana. They all use the same piece rate manufacturing system, and they all rely on many of the same component suppliers, including Lippert, Dometic, and Norcold, which itself filed for bankruptcy in 2025. The lesson here is simple. Do not trust a brand name. Do not trust a shiny new unit on the dealer lot. If you are shopping for any rig in 2026, whether new or used, you need a professional pre-purchase inspection by a certified NRVTA or RVIA inspector, not the dealer's walkthrough, not a quick look with a flashlight. Get on that roof, check every seal, test every system, open every cabinet and look behind it, run every slide in and out, turn on the water heater, flush the toilet, check the tire date codes, pull up the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration recall database, and search the specific model and year before you sign anything, because the ODDS of getting a perfectly built unit from any of these three manufacturers are not in your favor. And if you want to know which brands actually do hold up and which ones mechanics trust, make sure you are subscribed, because that is exactly what we are covering next.